Hello, and good evening, anyone who's listening or watching and listening. My name is John, and welcome to my 15 minutes. That's my 15 minutes to talk about whatever I want to talk about every day at some point in the day for the next, this is day 44. This is my 44th episode of my 15 minutes, and you're watching the Old Folks Boogie 2 channel. So, if you'll look, well, you don't have to look very closely. I guess you can see that I'm not in my normal position in front of my desk. Actually, I'm in the process of moving things and doing a couple things over there. So I decided that I'm just going to sit here in this rocker and take it easy and chat and maybe be more relaxed than I have been. I don't know. I don't know if this is going to make a difference or not. I guess it's, I'm not sure how the lighting is, actually. I can't tell. It looks like I'm not well lit. So if that's a problem, then we have to straighten that out at another time. But in the meantime, again, welcome. If you care to subscribe, we'd love to have you. But otherwise, if you just care to watch, we'd love to have that too. I'm not here for any particular purpose other than to serve myself. Leave something for posterity, possibly. I am 70 years old, and this is my 70th year, and I'm planning to do this every night for the next, till the end of the year, till December 31st. Not actually easy, I'm finding. Coming up with stories, actually, and it's so weird because I can come up with the story that I might want to tell during the day, right? So, but the story, disappears by the time I get in front of the camera because I don't write it down and I don't know how to I'm not even sure how to make I could, actually, now I do know. I could just turn on the video and talk to the camera like I am now, and I can leave myself a note. Oh, hey. But until this moment, I didn't think of that. But that's just the way it is. Sometimes you're ahead of the curve, and sometimes the curve's ahead of you. Most of the time, for me, the curve's ahead of me. But listen, I had a interesting semi-dream last night, and I don't know why this happened, other than the fact that I love little Post-it note holders. Normally the ones that carry the zigzag Post-it notes that come out one at a time like tissue paper, and so we have them around the house. I've got a number of different kinds. But the other day, I was at the thrift store, Care and Share, actually. Oh yeah, here's another. I was at the Care and Share, and they had this little apple. It looked a little red apple, like it would sit on a teacher's desk. That's exactly what it looks like. A little green rubber stem coming out of it, and where the bite would be, there's the hole for the Post-it note. And I just thought that was cute, so I brought it home, and we've got it in on the kitchen table, loaded up with Post-its. We use Post-its a lot around here. Thank goodness for whoever invented that thing. Yay, 3M. I know it was an accident. I've read the story more than once, but I don't care. It's still great. But anyway, and so I had a dream that there was a Post-it note contest. Who could do the most creative things with Post-it notes? Like a cooking show or a home remodel show or whatever other kind of show. It's a reality show based on creatively using Post-it notes. We know about the people that you see it on YouTube or on TV, whatever, where the video is some guy walks out to his car and his car is completely covered in Post-it notes, top, bottom, sides. Somebody just went around and just. But so something like that. Who could, for instance, if you had a Beetle, a Volkswagen in front of you, Who could be the fastest at covering the beetle in post-it notes, and not just slapping them, just I mean doing a nice job. You judged on judged on speed and design and clarity and night and all of that. You're just going to judge it. There's not, so, but I mean, this is certainly stupid, I know. But sometimes when you're dreaming, things come to you, and reality is, I can't believe I'm even remembering it today. I don't even know why I am, because normally that kind of thing just leaves me dead. I listen to myself once or twice, and then I'm done. That's it, and then I forget about it, and then some point maybe it'll come back. Who knows? Mostly not. I did not. Well, who knows what I didn't do? I didn't do a lot of things, but anyway. So here we are tonight, and So anyway, that I don't even know why that came out, but anyway. I hates that saying too. It's a crutch, but anyway, it's a crutch. Anyway, so here I am. I'm relaxed. I feel very relaxed. Ooh, just look at this. Wonder if the machine can keep up with my rocking. I interesting things when you think about when you're this age, my age, 70 years old. You go back, you reminisce. I spent big chunk of my life in the car business, then a smaller but significant chunk doing computer stuff, and then a less and smaller yet and less significant, though my last, I guess 8-9 years of working life I spent between Montgomeryville Acura as a lot guy, and got fired from that, by the way. And then I spent the rest of it at Walmart until I got sick. I ended up becoming an optician at Walmart, which really makes working at Walmart a whole lot easier. You can't possibly imagine. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love Walmart. I shop there all the time. I have friends that are still working there, and I wouldn't trade my experience there for anything. But one thing I did learn at Walmart is that if you're going to be on the floor, if you're going to be out, and I spent a number of years in electronics, both part-time at night and full-time in the day and night. And, but in that period of time, I learned that if you're on the floor, you could be called out for almost anything at any time. You don't know where you're going to be. You could be stuck, you could be in your department, that would be fine. But you could also get called to go zone grocery, now that they had a grocery, or zone sporting goods if there was no whatever. They could just pull you anywhere you wanted to go, and that drove me crazy when I was there. I avoided it as much as possible. Whenever anybody ever said, "Hey, we need," they're calling for associates over to zone, whatever. If I had to, I went. But if I had a customer, or if there was any other reason to not go, I didn't, because those jobs were tedious, mind-numbing, and not fun. So, but I did it when I had to. The beautiful part of being into the vision center and being an optician, especially, is, well, I don't know about it. There's only the opticians, the vision center manager, and the doctor. So yeah. But being an optician in Walmart is a cut above everything else. The only other people that are on the same level are pharmacy people. The pharmacy people and the vision center people don't get messed with. They don't get, at least not much. I mean, yes, occasionally when things are really hopping at Christmas time and things like that, when you just have to get associates and nobody's in vision trying to buy glasses, then they'll maybe pull somebody out once in a while, but it does not happen often. And when I was there and Ruth was my manager, it didn't happen at all, because she wouldn't put up with it. And everybody in Walmart was, not afraid of Ruth. I wouldn't go that far, but they respected her too much, and they didn't mess with her. They didn't mess with her, and they didn't mess with her people because of that. She had a lot of pull. She was a really good manager. She was the best, one of the best people I ever worked for in my life. You know, tough but fair, and taught well. Really understood how to make you a better person uh, in the department. Maybe even a little bit better person yourself, teaching you how to listen a little bit even better than you do. I spent, like I said, a big chunk of my life in automobile business and all of that in sales. And I have learned to talk to people. Ruth, and I learned to listen to people. Don't get me wrong, that you have to do both, because if you want to sell something and they think you don't care enough to listen to them, you ain't selling them spit. The only way to sell somebody something is to make sure they understand that you know what they're talking about. But anyway, but Ruth taught me how to listen a little more carefully, the nuanced listening, if you would. It wasn't a big change from what I understood from all my years, but it was a difference. What it really made me realize is how easy it is to recognize somebody that doesn't take the time to listen, because year after year you're giving them the same information, and they keep asking the same question over and over again. But all that being, anyway, Ruth was great, and I loved working in the optical department and the vision center at Walmart, and the people there. That's the other thing. The people that work in there are a little bit of a cut above. The same thing true, I think, in electronics, because you can't be in electronics and have that knowledge and understand what's going on in technology and be a dummy. So I was in electronics, and that was really a cut above, but you still were subjected to the management bull at Walmart. But Vision Center, to be an optician, you really have to have some sense about you. You cannot be, and you have to have your act together. You have to be able to get along with people and, enjoy what you're doing. And that was a pleasure. That was, until I got sick and went on leave and finally just couldn't go back. That was my last thing. I really enjoyed being an optician at Walmart. Yeah, it was really interesting is during the course of that, and I had been doing that for about a year and a half, I guess, at that point. I was actually approached by BJ's to come to work and manage their optical center over here in Montgomeryville. It was going to be substantially more money, but I don't think they actually understood my I was an optician, maybe a year and a half, but that's a year and a half in an optical shop is, maybe 20% of what you need to really be an optician, and to get certified and do other things that, because even today, I still don't understand exactly, I didn't study the math behind the glasses. I just knew how to deal with what I needed to deal with to get somebody fitted correctly in a nice set of frames, make sure their vision was clear. I didn't set the standard I didn't give the prescription, so that's out of my hands. All I can do is create the glasses that work with that prescription. I wasn't strong enough and knowledgeable enough to get into there's other things like Lori that was there when I was there. She was certified, and Ruth was certified, and they could do things that I could not do. And even so, a year and a half in, I was way, way, way still far behind where I needed to be to manage a place. And so I just turned it down. I thought about it. I did, but turned it down. Anyway, that was a little bit of a history there. 15 minutes is closing out. Hey, you know what? This is comfortable. If I check this and I like what I see, maybe I'll move a light over or something, give myself a little bit better light. But I like this. This is a nice, comfortable position. So good night, everybody. Take care of yourselves. Take care of your loved ones, and be kind. I heard Ellen DeGeneres say that today, and I thought, you know what? I like that. I said that before, but be kind to each other. Good night.